Okay, so looking at 2.4, more on slope, we're going to primarily look at parallel and perpendicular lines. So remember, parallel lines are lines that never intersect because they have the same slope. Okay. So if we want to write an equation of the line passing through -3, 1 and parallel to the line whose equation is y equals 2x plus 1, express the equation of point slope form and slope intercept form. So first thing we're going to look at is our line 1. This is the one that we're given. We have y equals 2x plus 1. From this, we know our slope is 2. So for line 2, the one we're looking at that's parallel, we know that it's parallel, which means we're going to have a slope of 2 because we know they're the same. And we know we're going through the point -3, 1. Okay, so if we want to write this in point slope form, we have y minus y1 equals m times the quantity x minus x1. And we're just plugging in what we know. So we have y minus 1 equals our slope 2 times the quantity x minus -3. Two negatives make a positive, so this is y minus 1 equals 2 times the quantity x plus 3. Now, to get y by itself to get into slope-intercept form, we're going to start off with distributing. So we have y minus 1 equals 2x plus 6. And to get y by itself, we're going to add 1 to both sides. So y equals 2x plus 7. Okay, now we can look at perpendicular lines. And these are lines that intersect to make a right angle. Their slopes are opposite reciprocals. All right, so if we want to find the slope of any line that's perpendicular to the line whose equation is x plus 4y minus 8 equals 0. So remember, when we want to be in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, in order to find the slope of a line. So let's solve for y. So remember, when we're in general form, it's easiest if we move our y to the other side. So we have x minus 8 equals -4y. And then divide everything by -4. Okay. So I'm also going to flip this equation. So we have y equals, so x divided by -4 is a -1/4 x, and -8 divided by -4 is a +2. So we know the slope of this line is -1/4. So if we want to find the perpendicular slope, remember, our symbol for perpendicular is an upside down T. We're going to change the sign, which means it's going to be a positive, and flip the fraction. So 4/1, or just 4. Okay. Now we're going to write the equation in the line passing through 3, -5, and perpendicular to that equation we just found. Okay, so we know that our perpendicular slope is going to be 4, and we have our point 3, -5. So we plug into point slope form because we want to eventually get to general form. Okay, so point slope form. So we're going to have y minus our y1, which is -5, which equals our slope of 4 times the quantity x minus 3. Y minus 5 is the same thing as y plus 5. And I'm going to go ahead and distribute since we're going to general form. So 4x minus 12. Sorry about that. Okay, so now to get into general form, remember that's ax plus by plus c equals 0. Really, we want to always keep a positive. So let's subtract our y and subtract our 5. So we have 0 equals 4x minus y, and negative 12 minus 5 is a negative 17. And there is our solution. Okay, the other thing we can look at with slope is rate of change. Okay, rate of change is just slope. So how fast y is changing with respect to x. So this example, the line graphs for the number of men and women living alone are shown below. Find the slope of the line segment for the women. Describe what the slope represents. So we have our 2 points that's given to us in the problem, and we're simply just going to find our slope. So our slope, remember, is y2 minus y1, so 18.6 minus 15.5 over 2013 minus 2000. Okay, 18.6 is 3.1. 2013 minus 2000 is 13. And since we're talking about rate of change, usually we want to leave it as a fraction, but since this one is given us decimals, let's go ahead and find that decimal. And we're going to round, so we have 0.24. So what we can say is that the number of women living alone is increasing each year by approximately 0.24 million. Okay, so similar thing here. When a person receives a drug injected into a muscle, the concentration of the drug in the body measured in milligrams per 100 millimeters is a function of the time elapsed after the injection measured in hours. The graph below shows the graph of such a function, where x represents hours after the injection, and f of x is the drug's concentration at time x. Find the average rate of change between 3 and 7. So again, we're just going to find slope. So I'm going to say this is our x1, y1, x2, y2. So we have 0.02 minus 0.05 divided by 7 minus 3. So this is negative 0.03 over 4, which equals negative 0.0075. Since this doesn't ask us to interpret, we can just leave it as that answer.